Hello, and welcome to Becoming Her. If you found this video, it's not a coincidence. It means you're ready. Ready to step into the version of you that no longer settles. Ready to release the old story that kept you small. Ready to rise into your power. Quietly, confidently, completely. You've been holding everything together for so long. You've been strong for everyone else. You've smiled when it hurt, stayed when it broke you, and gave when you had nothing left. But now, you're done. You're tired of performing, tired of overthinking, tired of shrinking yourself to fit into spaces you've outgrown. Deep down, you know there's a woman inside you waiting to be remembered, the one who's radiant, unbothered, magnetic. She's not a fantasy. She's who you were always meant to be. And today, we're going to talk about what it takes to become her, not just in appearance, but in energy, in mindset, in truth. This isn't for the version of you that wants to be liked. This is for the version that wants to be free. Let's get into it. You've been playing small, hiding your power, watering yourself down just to make people comfortable, smiling when you're hurting, saying it's fine when it's not. You've been begging for love in rooms that have no space for you. You've been waiting for permission to be who you already are. Let me say this clearly. No one is coming to save you. No one is coming to pull you out of bed. No one is going to hand you the life you dream about. That woman you admire, the one who glows, the one who walks like she knows exactly who she is, the one who sets boundaries with grace and walks away without guilt. She's not coming back to get you. You have to become her. This version of you, the one who keeps settling, explaining, overgiving, doubting. She cannot go where you're going, and that's why it feels so uncomfortable right now. You are outgrowing your old self, and growth is painful, but staying the same, that's worse. You keep trying to heal in the same environment that broke you. You keep trying to glow while surrounded by shadows. You keep looking for clarity while sitting in chaos. Stop that. Choose peace over people. Choose silence over noise. Choose yourself over everything that drains you. No more chasing, no more convincing, no more explaining your worth. You are not here to beg. You are here to become. Wake up earlier. Move your body. Drink your water. Say no when it's not a full yes. Leave when your soul feels restless. Protect your energy like it's gold. Because it is. This is your season of becoming. Not reacting, not doubting, becoming. Let them misunderstand you. Let them talk. Let them go. You don't need to prove anything. You don't need to be louder. You just need to be clear. Clear on who you are. Clear on what you deserve. Clear on what you're no longer accepting. This is your reminder. She's not coming back. You have to become her, and you will. You've been taught to shrink, to be polite, to not take up too much space, to accept the bare minimum and smile while doing it. And now you wonder why you feel unfulfilled. Let me tell you something that will shift everything. You teach people how to treat you by what you allow. And right now you're allowing too much. Too many excuses. Too much disrespect. Too much inconsistency. You're not cold for setting boundaries. You're not rude for having standards. You're not difficult for refusing to settle. You are just no longer available for anything that drains your energy, disturbs your peace, or confuses your intuition. You have to stop negotiating your value. You are not for everyone. And you were never meant to be. The right people won't need to be convinced. They will respect you naturally because they're aligned with your worth, not your wounds. You're not hard to love. You're just done pretending you don't need more. It's time to take responsibility for your energy. No more emotionally bleeding for people who would never do the same for you. No more fixing broken things that were never your job to fix. No more losing yourself just to be accepted. You are allowed to choose peace. You are allowed to walk away. You are allowed to want more. And you are allowed to stop explaining yourself to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. This is emotional discipline, choosing to not respond just because it triggers you, choosing to pause before you speak, choosing to walk away from chaos, not because you're weak, but because you finally understand your power. You don't need closure. You don't need revenge. You don't need validation. You need you. You need the version of you who stops people pleasing, who stops apologizing for evolving, who stops giving parts of herself to people who haven't earned access. Stop checking who watched your story. Stop wondering if they miss you. Stop romanticizing a connection that was built on your self-abandonment. You deserve real love. But more than that, you deserve your own love, your own loyalty, your own protection. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are not too much. You are simply waking up. And the version of you who's waiting on the other side of this glow up, she is so proud of you already. You've been waiting for the right moment to start, but there will never be a perfect time. You have to start where you are, with what you have, and trust that everything else will fall into place. Stop waiting for the world to give you permission to be great. Stop waiting for someone to tell you you're ready. You've been ready all along. Now is the time to claim your space. Now is the time to stop shrinking for the comfort of others. Now is the time to unapologetically step into the woman you've been afraid to become. Because the truth is, you're not afraid of failure. You're afraid of your power. You're afraid of how much you can really do. But let me tell you something. The world needs you at your full potential, not your watered-down version, not the version that hides behind insecurity or self-doubt. Your light is meant to shine, even when it makes others uncomfortable. You are not here to blend in. You are here to stand out. And once you start living as the woman you know you're meant to be, everything around you will shift. The people who are meant to be in your life will gravitate toward you. The ones who aren't will fall away. And that's okay. You are not here to keep people who are not aligned with your highest self. You are here to become your highest self and to attract everything that aligns with that energy. So ask yourself, what version of you are you holding on to right now? The version that's playing small? The version that's people-pleasing? The version that's scared of stepping into her greatness? Or the version who's about to change everything? You get to choose. You get to decide that today is the day you stop playing small. Today is the day you stop letting fear control your actions. Today is the day you step into your full power. It won't be easy, but it will be worth it. Because you were never meant to stay in the shadows. You were always meant to step into the light. And the woman who is standing tall, unapologetic, and confident, she's already inside of you. She's just waiting for you to remember her. Personal growth isn't something that happens overnight. It's a process. It's messy, uncomfortable, and sometimes it feels like you're taking 2 steps forward and 1 step back. But every step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to the woman you're meant to become. It starts with awareness. You have to become aware of the thoughts, behaviors, and patterns that are holding you back. You have to stop blaming others for the state of your life and take responsibility for your choices. When you realize that you are the one who gets to create your reality, that's when the shift happens. And that's when the real work begins. You're not going to grow by doing what you've always done. You're going to grow by doing what feels unfamiliar, what scares you, what pushes you to evolve. That means letting go of old stories, stories that tell you you're not good enough, that tell you success is for others, but not for you. That tell you you need to be perfect before you can start. No, it's time to rewrite your story. It's time to step into the unknown and take risks. It's time to build habits that align with the woman you're becoming, the woman who is confident, empowered, and unshakable. And the best part, you don't have to do it all at once. Start small. Start with 1 habit, 1 decision, 1 new way of thinking. That's all it takes. For example, you can start your day with intention. Instead of reaching for your phone, reach for your journal. Write down 3 things you're grateful for, set an intention for the day, and then take action towards that intention. Personal growth also means building emotional resilience. You'll encounter setbacks, failures, and moments when you feel like giving up. But those moments are just opportunities to grow stronger. Every time you get back up after life knocks you down, you build resilience. Every time you choose to keep going when everything feels hard, you become more powerful. It's time to stop letting fear make your decisions. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of being judged. That fear is holding you back from stepping into your greatness, and it's time to let it go. Growth is about trusting yourself, trusting that you have what it takes, trusting that you are worthy of your dreams, trusting that no matter what comes your way, you will always figure it out. And with every decision you make, every habit you develop, you're shaping your future. When you wake up each day and choose growth, you are telling the universe that you are ready for everything you've been praying for. You are saying, I'm ready to step into the life I deserve, and that woman you're becoming, she doesn't wait for things to happen. She makes things happen. Stepping into your power is not a one-time event. It's a journey, a constant decision to choose yourself even when it's hard. It's about embracing change, and change is something that can feel uncomfortable. But here's the truth. Growth only happens in discomfort. Every time you make the choice to step into the unknown, to challenge who you were yesterday, you are paving the way to the woman you were always meant to be. The hardest part? It's starting. It's pushing past that voice in your head that tells you to stay small, stay safe, stay comfortable. That voice is a liar. It's the voice of fear. And fear doesn't want you to grow. Fear wants you to stay where it's familiar, where it feels easy. But easy won't get you anywhere. It won't get you the life you deserve. So what do? You push through the fear. You move forward even if you're shaking. You make the choice every single day to live with purpose, to live with intention, to live unapologetically. Because you are meant for more, and I know you feel that in your bones. You feel it when you look in the mirror and realize you've outgrown your old self. You feel it in the quiet moments when you know you're ready for something bigger, something better, something that aligns with who you are becoming. When you step into your power, you stop waiting for validation from anyone else. You stop seeking permission to take up space. You stop asking for approval to be your full, unapologetic self. Because the truth is, you've always had permission. You've always been worthy. But you have to decide that for yourself. You have to choose yourself every day, even when it's hard. Even when the world tells you that you should be smaller, quieter, more reserved. You are none of those things. You are a force. And you can no longer hide from that. You can no longer shrink in the presence of people who can't handle your greatness. You can no longer dim your light for the comfort of others. The world is waiting for you to show up as the woman you know you are inside, the woman who is powerful, unshakable, and magnetic, the woman who owns her worth and makes no apologies for it. This is what stepping into your power looks like. It's choosing to take that leap, even when the ground beneath you feels unstable. It's choosing to trust yourself, even when doubt creeps in. It's choosing to become her, the woman who doesn't wait for permission, the woman who doesn't settle, the woman who owns her space without fear. And yes, it's scary. It's terrifying. But it's also freedom. Freedom from the chains of insecurity. Freedom from the need for external validation. Freedom to be exactly who you are without fear of judgment. So today, I want you to ask yourself, what part of me have I been holding back? What part of my life have I been waiting to change? What fear have I been allowing to control me? Because when you embrace change, when you step into your power, everything shifts. You start seeing the world through a different lens. You start realizing that you are the creator of your own story. And you no longer have to live by the rules that others set. You don't have to wait anymore. You don't have to second guess. You don't have to ask for permission to evolve. You are allowed to let go of the version of you that played small. You are allowed to release the pain, the doubt, the fear. You are allowed to rise. Because the woman you're becoming, she's already inside of you. You've just been taught to forget her. But now, you remember. You remember your worth, your power, your voice. And from this moment forward, you walk differently. You speak differently. You choose differently. Because you've made the decision to become her. Not someday, not when it's convenient, but now. Thank you for listening. Thank you for choosing yourself today. If this message resonated with you, subscribe to Becoming Her. This is only the beginning. Until next time, protect your peace, honor your growth, and never apologize for becoming the woman you were always meant to be.